as we welcome one of the newest Wizards, KCP, to Washington. We'll get started with questions. Just raise your hand and we'll call on you. We'll start with Chase.
Hey, man. Chase Hughes with NBC Sports. Welcome to DC.
Thank you.
So you go pretty far back with Bradley Beal. You guys were McDonald's All-Americans together, and also you played with Spencer, I understand, in Detroit, right?
Man, not really. Got a couple games with him, but not as much as I would hope. But okay. I did play with him in Detroit. Yes.
Okay. Well, what's it like to reunite with those guys here?
I think it's a great feeling for me. As far as like me and Brad, he's one of my close friends, my best friend. We been knowing each other since we were 15. So that relationship is already there, and it's gonna be fun just to just play with a friend, and also just be living in DC, right? Where he's at, and then Spencer, just to get the opportunity to play with him like that I didn't get in Detroit, and then just seeing him grow over the years, his season that he had in Brooklyn, I'm excited.
And you were able to adapt to different roles in LA. Fewer shots, but shot a higher percentage. What has allowed you to kind of adapt to different roles throughout your career, particularly in LA?
Just being able to coming into an organization and just accepting my role. Man, I had to learn that, the 4 years I was there, and then when Bron, AD, and all them came, I had to kind of figure out what my role was, and just try to perfect it, and just try to stay even keel with, knowing that, we have AD and Bron, which it was ball dominant, and just being prepared, ready to shoot, play defense, what I built my career off of.
Brett.
Hey, Kentavious. I'm just curious from an X's and O's standpoint, and just on court stuff. How do you see yourself fitting in with this group?
I see a bunch of young guys, that's hungry, that's going to compete every night. I just see myself fitting in with that. That's my type of game, my style game. Hard work. Playing defense. Mainly that's first. Just scoring the ball, shooting the ball. I see myself fitting in well. Just coming in. As a leader. Off a championship team. Try to bring that type, DNA and that style over to DC. And try to lead that way.
And this team for a while, kind of one of the things that they've been looking for is kind of a wing who's able to defend well on the perimeter and then be able to knock down threes on the other end. Defensively, what do you feel like are your strengths, and what do you feel like you can kind of infuse into the defense?
I feel like my strength is being able to, guard from 1 to 3. If that's the job that need to be done. I just feel like that's just pretty much guarding 1, 2, 3. I can. We can. It's a lot that we can do there. And I feel like the team that we have is can be defensive minded. And I feel like we can have a chance. To do a lot this year.
Thanks, man.
Kareem.
Hey, Kentavious, Kareem from the Washington Post. Welcome, man.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, you're a vet. You've been on teams and seen, teams get constructed and deconstructed. What's the challenge of coming in with a team that's kind of brought a bunch of new guys in together, but also, like you said, have some young guys that they've been drafting over the last couple of years? And Brad, obviously. What's the challenge of kind of getting all of that to mesh as quickly as possible? Because obviously guys like you and Brad have, high expectations, and want to speed up that process as quick as possible.
I feel like just the more we can do things as a team, no matter what it is, on and off the court, I feel like we can create that chemistry as fast as we want it to, and it's just all about just spending the time with each other, getting to know each other, because it's all new players. Some guys already there that know each other. We got 5, 6 guys coming in, new guys coming in. The more we can hang around each other, get to know each other, and do things together. I mean, I feel like we can make that chemistry happen faster we want it to.
You mentioned you and Brad being boys from 15. Have you got a chance to talk to him since then, since this has happened? And what was that conversation like, or what kind of insight did he give you?
I mean, we talked pretty much, I wouldn't say, pretty much every day since then, since the trade happened. He's excited. I'm excited. Like we both on the same page that we think, we can make something happen this year with the team that we have. We have a lot of guys that's dog, that's gonna get after it. That's gonna compete. And I feel like they all will buy into the game plan, or what coach will want. Even Brad's putting his input in it. I feel like we all will buy into that.
And just one last one, quick one from me. Do you have a feeling of what your role will kind of shake out being, or is that something that will happen as you guys get together and find out how you guys, play all together, things like that?
I don't know. I have no idea. Just going into a new organization, you never know what your role is going to be. Just all far just getting there, getting around the guys, practicing, and then just going from there.
Cool. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Matt?
Hey, Kentavious. Just curious, what was it about you and Brad at 15 that clicked so well? Like, did you guys bond over something, or what was it?
It was just conversations with us. I feel like every, I would say even through AAU, every like tournament or McDonald America, you would say we was at Joint Brand Classic together. Any camp that we was invited to, I feel like we always communicated at every camp. We talked every day. Since then, we've just been friends since then. I just feel like we just grew, together as far as our communication. Just getting to know each other. And then just being able to, travel through AAU. Get to see him in camps and stuff. And we just became friends.
And I wanted to ask about Montrezl Harrell too. Just what was it like playing with him last year, and how did you see him kind of deal with, you guys had that 3 center rotation in LA. How did you think he handled that? And
Trez is a monster. You can see it when he plays. He's very passionate when he plays. I feel like the situation he was in LA, with the 3 bigs, it was tough on him. That would be tough on anybody. Knowing your caliber of play, knowing that the team could use you and you still not getting the type of minutes or the playing time that you want. I understand like what he was going through then, but I feel like he handled it, as best as he could. And right now I feel like he's happy. He has an opportunity, to try to come in, and get the type of minutes or play that he wants.
Thank you.
Neil?
Hey, Kentavious, Neil Dalal, Hoop District. Welcome to DC. You said you talked a lot to Brad. I'm curious who else you've been able to communicate within the organization to start, get your footing and understanding of things. I know, the 5 of you, that new guys that are brought in, had the little powwow a few days ago. Any conversations start to happen to get to know each other better?
We just really just was just talking about the move, what we can do. What they see us doing like throughout the season. It was just a bunch of talk about the future. And what we see ourselves doing. And I enjoyed it. It was all laughing, giggles, and everything. Everybody's like comfortable around each other. Just knowing each other throughout the league. And I just feel like it's gonna be good. The chemistry is gonna work fast. It's gonna build fast, and as long as we keep communicating, with each other, and it doesn't matter what happens on the court and off the court. As long as we stay together, anything is possible.
Could you expand a little bit on, you were saying, the chemistry is going to go as fast as you guys want it to go. When you guys are all, in town, say September, leading up to training camp, what are the things of a good team to really get that going ASAP?
And knowing we're gonna be around each other, doing training camp, start just like doing team things. We go, bowling, dinners, just things we can do together. That everybody, is invited to. Show up, you show up. If not, we want to just try to get everybody involved. We want everybody, opinions, and like we just talk amongst each other. The more we can talk, player coach ourselves, and hold each other accountable, through anything. You become strong that way. And like dinners, bowling, no matter what it is, outside of basketball, we should do as a team. And I feel like that'll work.
Appreciate it.
Christos?
Hey KCP, hope you're doing well. How hungry and you mentioned before the hungry young players in the roster. So how hungry and how motivated you are about this season, and how optimistic you are about the potential of that group?
It kind of broke up a little bit. I couldn't hear the question.
You hear me?
The question kind of broke up a little bit. You was in and out.
Okay.
Hello?
How hungry and motivated you are for this season with the Wizards, and how optimistic you are about the potential of that group?
For myself, I'm very hungry. I'm ready. I feel like this is opportunity, to do something, in DC. With the guys that we have, just bring in, the caliber guys that we did bring in. I feel like that, we still can make noise. So at the end of the day, we can push for the playoffs, and also we still have a play-in tournament, where we still can beat, right there. But I see a lot of potential in our team. Like I explained, we got a lot of guys that wants to compete, that wants to play, that I feel like it's going to play the right way, and it's just going to be fun and great to be a part of.
Troy? You're on mute.
Oh, welcome to Chocolate City, Kentavious. I just wanted to know, since you've been in the league for pushing almost a decade right now, what do you think about the designation of 3-and-D players? And do you consider yourself one of the elite 3-and-D players in the NBA?
I think we don't see much. We don't see a lot of 3-and-D guys, and I feel like that's kept me in the league almost a decade. Just being able to play defense and being able to shoot the ball. I think we don't see enough of it. I wish it was that, but yeah.
To answer, do you consider yourself to be one of the elite 3-and-D players? Because I feel like a lot of people who evaluate trades and such, when you came here, one of the things they were saying is the Wizards are getting an elite 3-and-D player.
Yeah, I see myself as elite 3-and-D. I'm very underrated at that. don't get a lot of buzz around that, but that's how I built my career, starting from Detroit, being able to play defense, being able to guard the best players on the floor, and then also being able to knock down the shot. So, I perfected that like throughout my whole career. Now I feel like I have an opportunity to show a little bit more of my game and also continue to keep that 3-and-D pressure.
When
Welcome to DC, KCP. I wanted to ask you real quick about one of your former teammates who's really going viral every day in the offseason, and Isaiah Thomas just dropped 81 points in the summer league. That's one of your guys. Do you believe he deserves a shot in the NBA? And kind of, can you talk about watching his journey from, going to the highest highs, now being out the league and trying to get back in the NBA now?
Yeah, man, IT is my guy. I love him. I've been watching his journey since he's been, since he's been out of the league, and it's incredible. Just watching them play, scoring 81s and 60 something, it's just fun to see him play. I played with him in LA, and it was fun to watch him play. But yeah, I think he does deserve it, for what he's been through, what he brought to organization when he did play for him. And I think he's healthy, and I think he's ready to show that, and the opportunity. I think he really deserved that opportunity.
And also, you being a vet, being in the league for a long time, what do you think is the biggest thing you can pass down to some of these young guys on the roster for not only, to contribute, but to stay around and continue to be productive throughout their careers in the league?
What I always say, tell myself, just, to motivate myself, I always just say, it's always going to be 60 to 120 guys coming in the league. You know what I'm saying? That should motivate anybody. That someone's coming in and take your spot or whatever. And I know my thing. I would say just always be ready. Never want you don't never want to not be ready. Always be ready. Continue to perfect your game. And always play the right way. I feel like playing the right way will help a lot. Everybody win when you play the right way. So, always play the right way, hard work, stay motivated, and always be ready.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Welcome to DC once again.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Kentavious. We're gonna have to end the meeting.